Anytime I'd go to touch it, it stopped. Anytime I'd walk to it, it stopped. I tried to record it a couple times before I finally caught it. It stopped. First deaths reported due to that.
So what was his secret? Was it science, magic, or extremely helpful extraterrestrials? Today on The Dearly Departed, we are trying to figure out how this man made this 2 million pound castle all by himself. Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the Dearly Departed podcast. I am Alyssa.
And I am Kaylee.
And welcome back to us posting 2 weeks in a row after our hiatus.
Oh yeah, consistency. We'd love to see it.
We'll see.
We'll see how consistent we can be.
Yeah. I would like to start off this episode with Kaylee texted me this morning about some poltergeist activity in her home.
I'm freaked out about it still, and this happened hours ago.
I got a text message at work. I'm having paranormal activity right now. Yeah, take your spooky story away.
Okay, so my little spookiness that happened today. First off, I want to start out with my fiance thinks that, like, I'm losing it and that I'm crazy. I mean, he's not all wrong. But, like, someone in the house was feeling a little goofy this morning. So we're sitting at our dining room table eating breakfast, and we have these salt and pepper grinders that are battery operated. Because who doesn't like some fresh cracked pepper on, like, pasta and things like that? I know I do. And we got this for Christmas from my in-laws, and we've had them for like 2 years now.
Oh,
and wow. Never had an issue with them. They're still battery operated things. Also, if you guys see this, it's my incense. It's not paranormal. I promise.
It's a ghost.
It's not a smoke anomaly. Promise. But we were sitting there at breakfast, and all of a sudden, the salt grinder starts going off. Now, these salt and pepper grinders, like, you have to turn them upside down for them to, like, turn on and start doing the zzz thing and, like, actually working. And I look at my fiance and I'm like, please tell me you see that and hear that, right? And he's like, yeah, I do. And he was like, what's going on with them? And I get up to go, like, check it out. It stops. Sit back down. He finishes and he goes to the bathroom. And then all of a sudden, it starts again. And no one's touching them. They're not moving. They're literally just sitting on the counter.
I'll insert the video.
Alyssa will insert the video of it, like...
Okay, so I'm sitting at the table, and I have automatic salt and pepper shakers that only work if you flip them upside down. And the salt shaker is empty. There's batteries in it. And it keeps going off. Like, it's not going off when I flip it upside down. But I'm sitting across the room and it keeps going off and someone's messing with me and I'm unwell. Caught you bitch.
Anytime I'd go to touch it, it stopped. Anytime I'd walk to it, it stopped. I tried to record it a couple times before I finally caught it. It stopped.
If you're one of our audio listeners, please look at the video, and I think I'll post them on our Instagram, too.
Yeah.
But, like, you've had 2 weird things happen to you on recording days 2 weeks in a row.
Yeah, like, last week I was getting ready. In the middle of me getting ready.
Nosebleed.
Get a nosebleed. And, like, I'm not the kind of person that gets nosebleeds, so...
No.
Little spooky.
And it's, like, the middle of summer, too.
Yeah.
So, like,
Like, it's not dry out. Like,
No.
it's humid as all hell.
Yeah.
But
Midwest is.
I don't remember if I told you, like, right before we were leaving the house, the pepper started doing it.
Yes, you did tell me. You went, the pepper's doing it now.
Yeah, so I took the batteries out of the salt shaker and just threw the salt shaker away because I was like, okay, no, your salty privileges are revoked. We're done here. So, yeah, we're getting ready to go out of the house because my fiance had a haircut appointment. I had to go grocery shopping, and like as I'm putting my shoes on, I hear it. I'm like, there's no way. At first, I thought it was the one in the trash can without batteries, but
I would have
it turned out to be the
cried.
pepper. So currently, my pepper grinder is sitting on the counter with one battery out of it to see what happens. I will report back, see if it happens again. I also opened up a ghost tube just to see if, like, someone would take accountability for it.
Mm-hmm.
No one did. I got radio silence. Not a single response.
I know I'm on your phone now, but do you want to open GhostTube?
Maybe we could try and see if, like, someone's, like, upset that this is what we're doing.
You took all the batteries out?
Alright, where's my ghost tube? Alright.
Well, while you're getting that up, I'll tell everybody today, I fell and rolled my ankle.
It said listen as soon as I opened it. Are you listening to our podcast with us while we're recording?
I thought you said it said Lissa. I got scared.
No, it said listen. Oh my god, are you a subscriber? Thank you for the support.
Thank you for giving us things to talk about.
Again, I'm not getting anything else.
Well, I'll finish telling my story then, since he said listen.
Wait, hold on. I want to show that it said listen. Where? It said listen. Right up there. Very top one. That's where... that's my evidence. Let's see if anything else comes through. And then I'll leave it up for a second.
Anyways, I fell.
Yeah,
I twisted my ankle.
She took a little tumble.
And a man laughed at me.
Freaking men.
He had his headphones in and he laughed at me.
I would fought him.
I laughed too, if I'm honest. 'Cause, like, that's some shit that would really only happen to me.
You know what's also kind of funny? My ghost tube where my phone is sitting right now. It's literally like a little triangle of my spirit box, my incense burner, and a deck of tarot cards.
Insane.
We haven't gotten anything else yet, so.
I mean, that's a plus.
It says I'm not sure.
Not sure about what?
I don't know, but I'm in the basement. I'm gonna let whatever wants to listen to us today kind of sit back and listen to us today. Maybe it's unsure about what we're about to talk about. Because Alyssa's about to dive into her topic of the week.
Yes. Do you know what I'm talking about?
I don't remember if we discussed which one we were doing this week. I know you said you had a couple.
I do.
So, what are we diving into this week?
We are taking it back to Coral Castle.
We're going back to Coral Castle? Hell yeah. Did we post that episode?
No.
Or was that the last one we were like, okay, hi this time?
We filmed 2 that day. We filmed this one and your other one. I don't remember what it was.
Was the history of the Ouija board?
Yes. And both of them were corrupted and then we gave up.
Oh my gosh. So, less work for me to do, guys. You get some throwbacks for us. So we'll have a little more knowledge to talk about.
Yes. Actually, let me double check that I did not post this. Because imagine I did.
That'd be real awkward.
Yeah. No, the last one we posted was the Salem witch trials.
Oh, that was such a good one. I'm so passionate about that. Someone brought it up at work the other day, and I was like, actually, I have a podcast. And actually, that was one of the last episodes we just did.
Yes.
6 months ago. Which, again, so sorry for the unannounced hiatus. Life got weird. Technology's weird.
Technology is weird. Especially the technology in your house, specifically.
I blame it on being right behind a cemetery.
Yes, but you like being behind a cemetery.
I love being behind a cemetery. I still haven't really walked around and, explored said cemetery. Gosh dang it, I just dropped my pendulum. Well, if I got caught, it's because of that. And TBA, oh no, I found it. I was gonna say, I can't find it now.
Spooky.
Alright, so this week's episode, we are talking about the Coral Castle. Alyssa, where the hell is the Coral Castle at? Coral Castle at?
Let's go back to the state where we met. Being from Florida, we are no strangers to bizarre attractions. But the Coral Castle and Homestead might take the cake. The name is a lie. It's not made of coral, at least not the coral that you automatically think of. And it's barely a castle. What it is, though, is a massive stone structure made from thousands of tons of limestone. Somehow built by one man and zero help. No cranes, no power tools, just the power of heartbreak. So what was his secret? Was it science, magic, or extremely helpful extraterrestrials? Today, on The Dearly Departed, we are trying to figure out how this man made this 2 million pound castle all by himself.
Oh, I remember this one.
Mm-hmm.
I'm pretty sure my opinions are going to be the same. And you guys are going to see what those are.
Yes. Before we get into the potential supernatural of it, let's talk about the man who created it. Edward Leedskalnin, who immigrated from Latvia. He was born January 12th, 1887, and he was about 5 feet tall and 100 pounds. Edward was born into a family of stonemasons. He dropped out of school in the 4th grade because he just wasn't interested. Yet he had a passion for learning. He moved to America when he was about 26. Before he moved to the States, he was engaged to a 16-year-old girl. Angus Scuffs. He called her his sweet 16. She called off the wedding the day before they were supposed to get married. He was heartbroken and decided to start over again in America. He lived all over this country, in Texas, California, and even parts of Canada. But he decided to settle down in Florida City in 1918 after being diagnosed with tuberculosis. He decided
tuberculosis again.
Damn tuberculosis. It's a theme of haunts, apparently. He decided the warmer weather and that the warmer, more humid weather would help his condition. He wanted purpose rather than running away from his heartbreak. He decided to make this castle for his love. He dedicated his coral castle to his sweet 16.
Yeah.
As someone with horrid asthma, I will say living in Florida did help with my lungs, oddly enough. And if anybody who has asthma and doesn't know or loves somebody that has asthma, if they're having an asthma attack and you put them in like a steamed shower, it should help their asthma.
I did not know that. Fun fact of the day with Alyssa.
Yes, my asthmatic, dyslexic, Florida educated ass. Okay, so in 1928, he began to sculpt with the coral, or the limestone, that underlies the ground. He did not use any heavy machinery, nor did he use any outside assistance that we are aware of. This was in 1928, you know? In 1936, he decided to purchase 10 acres of land in Homestead, which is about 45 minutes away from Florida City, roughly. Florida City was developing very quickly, and he got paranoid that people were getting too close and watching him.
Okay.
He moved the huge building stones single-handedly and transported his castle with a truck, tractor, and trailer, which means that this 100-pound man moved tons, literal tons, of limestone by himself, like incognito, like fully secretly. No one ever saw him. The average weight of each stone was about 14 tons, and it took him 3 years to move the stones 10 miles from his original residence to the land that he purchased. 30,864.7 pounds.
Again, that's a lot of pounds, man.
That's a lot of pounds. That's how much I weigh.
Oh my gosh, shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck up. That's the size of my ass.
Fuck off. When moving, he didn't fully move completely by himself. There were some pieces he could not move because, again, little 100-pound man. He decided to hire a man with a semi to transport some of the stone. And the man asked when him and his crew could be there to help him load the stone in. Ed just said, leave the trailer overnight and I'll do it myself.
So you're telling me this skinny, tiny little man is moving tons and tons of rocks pretty much solo?
Yeah. The driver doubled down and asked again and doubted his claim because he's looking at a 100-pound man, literally my height, and it's like, you sure? You sure you can do this? But as Ed promised, overnight, all of the stones he wanted to move were on that trailer with zero help from anybody else.
Literally how?
And he only worked on this at night.
That's suspicious.
Mm-hmm.
That's weird.
Ed refused to let anyone watch him work. No one is known to have helped move him or help him move these stones physically or carve them or just place them. No one has watched or helped him. When asked how he manipulated such large blocks alone, Ed would just explain he had discovered the secrets of the pyramids and that building structures like this is a lot easier than people think. People say that he worked on it at night, like I said, and behind privacy construction fences, and he would stop everything if he even just felt like he was being watched. There was big talk in the area, and people would always try to take a peek at what Ed was doing. No one recorded ever successfully caught him in the act. There was a couple of kids passing by, and they claimed to see the massive limestone blocks move through the air like they were hydrogen balloons. There was a rumor or theory that some neighbors claimed that he used ice to help balance the stones, and that the idea is that the ice would melt and put the stones perfectly into place.
That's so crazy to think because ice melts so fast outside in Florida.
Yes.
Also, I just looked it up because you were saying that he discovered the secrets of the pyramids and that he was only working at night.
Mm-hmm.
So that got me thinking, were the pyramids built at night? No, they were built during the day.
Yes,
So.
but I think he, like...
Is he talking, like, the science behind it?
Yeah. I don't think he was like, they're built at night. I think he just was like, this is my little secret, and everyone's sleeping, and I do it at night. Like a little
Aliens.
freak.
I think it
You
was
think
aliens.
You think it's aliens?
I think it's aliens.
I want to talk to these kids that say they saw it.
Well, unfortunately, you probably cannot. Because this was the early 1900s. And they're all real.
Oh my god.
Tell me I'm wrong.
No, but it was like 100 years ago. That's not that bad.
Oh, somewhere in
you're probably
2026.
right. And this was 1926. 28. So
They're going to
98
be...
years.
If you find them, let me know. And we'll interview them.
Okay, yeah.
We'll bring them on. We'll bring them on to the pod.
We invite them on. Again, there was no heavy machinery to help and place the limestone perfectly. So, like, the ice theory kind of makes sense, but this is also southern Florida, you know? Ed moved each piece using basic block and tackle with primitive tools he created from old car parts. Some say Coral Castle is positioned on the Earth's natural harmonic grid, which helped him with his ability to use magnetism, levitation, and electrical currents. Ed was known to conduct electrical experiments, even publishing his own textbooks, which provide detailed instructions on how to recreate his findings. But everyone just thinks he's crazy.
I do. I'm one of those people.
Ed completed the coral rock carvings in the early 1940s. The coral walls of the castle, which were 8 feet tall, 4 feet wide, 3 feet thick, and weighed more than 58 tons. In his book, The Magnetic Current, Ed explains his basic principle. The magnet can be shifted and concentrated. You can see that the metal is not the real magnet. The real magnet is the substance that is circulating the metal. Each particle in the substance is an individual magnet by itself and contains both north and south pole individual magnets. This is above my pay grade.
We're getting paid for this?
We have 13 cents in our ad.
Frick yeah, man.
They're
Magnets.
so small that they can pass through anything. In fact, they can pass through metal easier than through air. They are in constant motion, running one kind of magnets against each other, and if guided in the right channels, they possess perpetual power. And in this perpetual power that Ed claims to have harnessed in order to move and carve and place these gigantic stones, it is the perpetual power. He also claims that the power came from the machine called the perpetual motion holder. He believed electricity worked as two magnetic forces moving in opposite directions, spiraling together like a double helix. To test this idea, he built a device that coiled with 2 coiled wires, each carrying its own current, linked together in a complete circuit. He said this allowed the currents to chase one another endlessly, creating what he called perpetual motion. He also believed that harnessing this perpetual electromagnetic energy, he could move enormous stones with no effort. He openly mocked traditional archaeologists and their explanations, insisting that they all had it wrong. Ed once said he figured out how the Egyptians and the ancient builders of Peru and Asia used nothing but primitive tools and were able to lift and position stones that weighed many tons. So basically, he's just saying he used science.
Science or aliens?
That's where the toss-up is. People are like, okay, this is his cover-up. Aliens. But then he, published a book that's like, no, I just used science.
The science of aliens.
The science of aliens. Originally, the structure was called Rock Gate Park. He conducted tours during the 1940s. I almost said 19400s. Jesus Christ. He conducted tours during the 40s, and at first, he didn't charge people to see what he created. He just wanted everybody to see his skilled little castle. I said little. Then he decided to charge 10 cents to help maintain the site, and he thought that, like, if people paid for it, they wouldn't be, like, damaging the limestone at all, like, because you won't damage something you're paying for. He gave the tours himself and had very strict rules for his visitors. No swearing, no disrespecting the property, and if anyone even annoyed him, he would kick them out immediately.
Oh my god.
He was known to be a very grumpy man. I get it. At this point, he's like, what, 40-something?
Yeah, so middle-aged.
And then he did all this as an old person, too. I would be pissed and grumpy if people were disrespecting my shit. Actually, no. I'm just angry in general.
I mean, think about it. Like, when you go on, like, cave tours and stuff, like, they tell you don't touch, like, the rocks because, like, the oils from our hands and stuff will start to damage the stone.
Mm-hmm.
So I get why he made that a rule.
Yeah, but then he has this, like, door that he made that people can just push. I'll talk about it later in my writings. These structures are truly amazing and they're still visited today. Ed was fascinated with astronomy to the point that he carved a telescope completely made of stone. Even a depiction of Jupiter, Saturn, and the moon. These blocks weighing up to 23 tons. Most of his pieces were made out of just like a singular stone. His tallest stone reached 25 feet.
That's a lot of feet.
Yeah, especially like for a 5-foot man.
It's 5 of him.
Yeah. Oh my gosh.
I'm good at math.
I'm so proud of you.
I really.
He finished the interior in 1940 and then decided to put up an 8-foot tall wall around the site. He had tables carved into the shape of a heart, a sundial that read the accuracy within 2 minutes.
That's crazy.
25 rocking chairs completely made out of stone.
Rocking chairs.
People claim that they're really comfortable, which is pretty cool. There's several beds, a bathtub, and his had a whole house just made out of stone that he lived in. By the way, he lived here. He had a telescope that had a hole in it, and it was about 25 feet of stone that aligned with the northern star, a moon fountain, and an obelisk. Very Stardew Valley core.
Where does it teleport him to? The beach, Ginger Island,
the pyramids,
the mountains, the desert.
The desert. All of the massive stones were put together without any joint compounds or mortar. Instead, they are held in place purely by their own weight. The construction is so precise and the stones are so heavy that Hurricane Andrew, a Category 5 storm that hit in 1992, didn't budge a single stone. The 8-foot wall surrounding the property stayed completely intact and still stands at that 8 feet height.
That's crazy. I kind of want to go visit it when I go back to Florida now.
You should. That would be so fun. So obviously it's called Coral Castle now. But like I said, it was originally called Rock Gate. Would you like to know why they called it Rock Gate Park?
Was there a gate made out of rock?
Oh my
Is that
god,
it?
you are so smart.
I'm so
Who would have
smart,
guessed
guys.
it?
I'm so freaking smart.
There is a 9-ton revolving rock gate, which is what people say his most impressive feature on the ground. It's 8 feet tall and it's revolving. It's carved with such incredible precision, leaving about a 1/4 inch of space between the gate and the walls beside it. So it kind of just smooths on past. Before it needed repairs in 1986, people claimed that the mechanism was so perfectly balanced that the massive stone gate could be opened with a single push of a finger. Just a singular finger push.
All right.
When the gate did break in 1986, it doesn't say how it broke. I think people were probably messing with it.
Probably a child.
Yeah. It took 6 men and a crane to remove and reinstall the 9-ton structure, something Ed had supposedly done entirely on his own.
I'm telling you, it's aliens.
During the repair, workers discovered how he made it work. There was a metal shaft that had been placed through a hole drilled straight through the stone, positioned it to balance the gate perfectly. That shaft rested on a truck bearing, which allowed it to rotate smoothly. The only reason the gate had failed, the bearing rusted over time. That makes more sense. I was like, a child did it. No. I wrote this like 6 months ago, so this is new information to me too. After replacing the bearing and the shaft, the gate was repaired again in 2005, but even today, it doesn't quite move as effortlessly as it did back in, the 1940s.
Well, I mean, it's probably starting to rust. Or
Yeah.
is rusty, because you gotta think, you're in Florida, it's humid with salt air. It makes things rust so bad.
Florida also, it rains like every day. So,
Yeah.
I get it. So, in 1951, Ed fell ill. He left a sign for visitors that read, "Just go into the hospital." He was in the hospital for 28 days and ended up passing in December with a kidney infection.
It wasn't even the tuberculosis?
No, kidney
Damn.
infection. Florida cures your tuberculosis. That's why so many old people live there.
Fair enough.
Like I said earlier, he had a house in Coral Castle, and he lived in that house tower thing that he had built. He was an extremely private man in life, and he's also one in death. When they were going through his belongings, they found $3,500 in cash, and he had no will. In his tower, though, they did find his lifting equipment, which was made out of a tripod of logs, pulley blocks, and rope, a bunch of tools for carvings. He even had some handmade wrenches and 2 other odd contraptions, a magnetic flywheel, which was the thing made from the old car engine that I mentioned earlier, and the perpetual motion holder. How he used these tools to lift the rock is honestly still a mystery. There was a lot of strange devices in his tower, all homemade, with electrical equipment and diagrams. After his passing, the Coral Castle went to his nephew that lived in Michigan, because that was the closest living relative to Ed. He didn't just leave behind the mystery of the Coral Castle. People found that he had written and published several books in his lifetime. In total, he had about 5 works, including titles like Mineral, Vegetable, and Animal Life, and his most famous book, which is The Magnetic Current. In these writings, Ed laid out his personal theories. He believed that everything in the world was built on what he called a cosmic force. I got a notification at the same time I was reading. I'm stupid. Which he said came from individual North and South pole magnets. Basically, he thought magnetism was the key to understanding everything. His very first book, A Book in Every Home, was a strange mix of philosophy, life advice, and even some very old-fashioned opinions about politics and relationships. That one wasn't exactly scientific, more like Ed just giving his personal thoughts on how people should live.
What an old man thing to do.
I know. What an old man thing in Florida to do.
Yeah.
His book, The Magnetic Current, that I've talked about a lot, was very different. This one was written more like an instructional manual for experiments. In it, Ed tried to explain how anyone could become a real scientist by doing hands-on experiments and carefully observing the results. I have to remember to breathe. He believed that by studying magnetism closely enough, you could unlock the true secrets of the universe. Fans of Ed often describe Coral Castle as his greatest creation. Some people would even go as far as saying it's one of the most impressive things ever built by a single human being. And I kind of agree. In his writings, Ed jumped between all kinds of topics: atomic structures, astronomy, biology, electricity, gravity, radio waves, and even life and death. Life and death. He believed all of these things were connected through magnetism. His explanations were often confusing and even used strange symbols and Greek letters in part of his book, which made them feel more like puzzles rather than scientific papers and confused many people. Because of that, many people think Ed intentionally hid deeper meanings in his work. Often, over the years, other authors have tried to decode his writings, claiming he left behind secret knowledge about natural forces that most of the world has forgotten. Whether his books were brilliant, bizarre, or just plain confusing, one thing is clear: Ed didn't just build a mysterious castle. He left behind a mysterious mind. His nephew did go on to sell Coral Castle a couple years after, and it's now part of the National Register of Historic Places, and obviously it is still open today. So, what do you believe? Is Ed a genius? Did he have supernatural help? Or is he just, secretly buff as fuck?
From his physical standpoint, him being 5 foot and 100 pounds soaking wet, I don't believe that he was the super buff guy that's just throwing tons of rocks around. TBH. I am a science girly through and through. Love science. Believe that there's a lot of things that we can thank science for.
Mm-hmm.
But I can't wrap my head around the whole I'm using science to lift this really big rock.
I do fully believe he used science, but I don't think it was the only thing he used.
Because if you think about it this way, if we could use science in that way to lift rocks that big, why haven't more rocks been lifted?
Exactly.
Think about humans. We love to expand our land in our cities and things like that. There's so many nature trails and hikes that I've done that I've seen these giant rocks right out of cities. You would think that people back then would have set up camp in there and done that if they had the science. I think it was some supernatural stuff going on there.
I would love to be able to speak to Ed, just to be like, how did you discover that you could do this? Like, you woke up one day and said, my tuberculosis gave me superpowers?
Yeah, like, was it truly tuberculosis? Was it some kind of, like, government testing?
Ooh, government testing. No, I don't think the government would help him.
Well, no, like,
Oh,
it's rumored that some viruses were sent out by the government. Like, this whole, like, stinky, poopy virus
Oh, the
that's going up
diarrhea.
the parasite, which actually I just got a notification on my computer. They do have the first deaths reported due to that.
Oh my god.
So, like, was it something like that?
How can you die from diarrhea?
I mean, if you're not able to keep any kind of fluid or food in your system,
Yeah, I guess that's fair.
dehydration, lack of nutrition. But, like, was it, like, maybe he caught some kind of mutated version of tuberculosis and gave him superpowers? I don't know. Did he call on the aliens? Use his science to call aliens? I don't know. But I'm saying that there's no way this 100-pound man did all this by himself.
Whether using physics or not, it was definitely, he had some supernatural or extraterrestrial help, for sure.
Did he hire Bigfoot? Skunk
A
man.
skunk ape?
Skunk ape. Did he recruit the alligators? Don't know.
I don't think he recruited the water puppies.
But, like, there's no way that this man did this all by himself.
No, I agree. Well, I hope you do go visit it. Will you be by Homestead?
Well, we're gonna kind of do a tour of Florida, Florida, if you will. I want to start in South Florida, so we'll probably fly into, like, Fort Lauderdale area, and then fly out of, like, Jacksonville. But if I do
Fort Lauderdale
to Homestead, it shouldn't be too far.
An hour.
Yeah.
That's not bad.
Is it north, south, east, west?
South.
Oh yeah, that's not bad. It's like right down there by Miami. I have family down there. And I've been to Homestead before. But what do you think? Do you think it was science?
I think it started as science, and then it turned into something extraterrestrial.
The aliens are like, hey, we like your work. Want to collab?
That shouldn't have made me laugh as hard as it did, but that's really fucking funny.
I'm funny. Maybe I should start a podcast. Oh, wait.
You should.
This is what you guys are listening to right now. Oh.
Is that what we're doing?
No, it's more just like a FaceTime and Yap session. TBH.
Yeah, I think I would like to visit Coral Castle one day. Probably not anytime soon, but I just want to know. Maybe we can summon him.
Ouija board.
No. No Ouija boards.
We could do a seance.
But you mentioning a Ouija board segues us into next week's episode. If you guys are still here, Kaylee is talking about the history of the Ouija board next week. Right?
Yes, we are. Because who doesn't love a good Ouija board session? I know I don't. No, thank you. So, like, we're gonna learn why are Ouija boards bad? They're sold in the toy section. Or they were. But tune in next week and we will find out together.
And if you've been to Coral Castle, please let us know. Write in. Tell us your thoughts in the comments. Rate us 5 stars on whatever streaming platform you listen to us on. Don't forget to like and subscribe And follow us at the Dearly Departed Pod on TikTok and Instagram. And again, if you have any spooky stories, our Gmail is thedearlydepartedpod@gmail.com. Am I missing anything?
Nope, I think that's it.
All
Are we
right.
gonna do? Do you want to do the thing? Are we gonna do the thing?
Do you want to do the thing?
Let's do the thing.
Stay spooky.
Thank you
Yes.
again for tuning in. We will see you next week. Have a great week.
Goodbye.
Goodbye.